Thank you, councillors. Would someone like to move to resume the meeting, please? Moved by Councillor Kendi, seconded by Councillor Longmire. All in favour? Aye. Against? Carried. Councillors, we are very lucky today. We have our Youth Council here with us today to present a lot of projects they've brought to fruition during the year and the way they see the future. And I'd have to take, at this stage, take the opportunity to say what a fantastic job they've done. They've been really good representatives for our young, well, not only our younger and older community members. And I guess Maximum, the junior youth mayor, to take over the presentation. Thanks, Maximum.
Okay, welcome. So this is the annual Youth Council report. It's presented by the Federation Youth Council. We're going...
That's just part of the challenge to deal with an IT issue.
Maximum, while we're just having a little delay there, would you just run around and introduce your council?
I was just about to introduce everyone on the next slide, but we've got Carter Reid, we've got Jacob Shippard, Ben Black and Molly Pearce. Sadly, Dylan Forge couldn't be with us today, and Jacob Reid couldn't be with us today. So here we are. So here are our members. Our youth council is made up of, and just okay, ready to go. So sadly, some of our youth councillors have left to further their own endeavours and careers. So we have Olivia Hughes. Olivia Hughes was a great contributor to the youth council within her position of deputy mayor. And as a councillor, Olivia handed in her resignation in January 2020 to pursue her career opportunities. We also had Cassandra Facer. She was in the Youth Council for a short amount of time as Deputy Mayor, but due to health complications, she had to step down from the Youth Council within August 2020. Tyler Martin had made a significant impact within the inauguration of the Youth Council and resigned within the Youth Council in March 2020 to pursue his own endeavours and careers. Noah Little and Ellen Levis also have left the Youth Council. Noah Little has been an impactful member of the Youth Council since inauguration through his helpful insight and brilliant youth-orientated ideas. Notably, Noah started with the help of the Youth Council with the Corridor Soccer Group. That still continues today. Noah resigned from the Youth Council as youth councillors can only be between the age of 15 to 25, and sadly Noah has turned 26. Ellen Davis was a great addition to the Federation Youth Council, always having a bright attitude and positive way of thinking. Ellen resigned in February of 2021 to pursue further education. I'll invite Molly to speak on the COVID-19.
Hello everyone. The coronavirus pandemic was a tough time for all of us, to say the least. We all struggled with different aspects of the pandemic, and we all had to innovate in our daily lives. And even within the Youth Council, these are just some of the activities, ideas, and events that we completed during quarantine and border closure. All our council meetings took place through Google Hangouts. That was a bit difficult, but we made through it. This useful tool has revolutionized the way we will continue to take our meetings. We're hoping that we can get some new members who perhaps wouldn't be able to travel here, and if so, we'll continue to do our meetings through Hangouts. Through social media, we kept in contact with the youth of the Federation Council and periodically checked in with our community through posts and videos. We also had to change the operations for events such as ANZAC Day, yet through community involvement and commitment, we were able to bring these operations to an online platform for everyone to enjoy in the comfort and safety of their own home. We also had a photo competition. Show Us Your Federation photo competition has been one of our many initiatives that we have completed in order to bring support to our local community. Through submitting a photo on our Facebook page, many people entered into the competition in order to win a prize. prizes won were a pair of Apple AirPods and S5 Apple Watch, and you can find those photos in this year's Federation Council calendar.
Since the inauguration of Federation Youth Council, one of our goals has been to beautify and evolve the memorial pathway into a creative and fun community youth space, and through our dedication, our dream is coming to fruition. Through the implementation of local arts and murals, free Wi-Fi, lighting and inclusive seating, we hope that this space can be utilised by many different groups and individuals as a social hub or to hold events, and connect not only the youth, but all of the community around Corowa.
So I'd just like to add on what Jake's just said. This is not our only plan for Memorial Plaza. We plan to hold multitude of events and other activities for the community to enjoy. Events that we are planning to have an open night for the plaza and include like live music by local young missions and outdoor games and food. Ben will deliver the next slide.
So in January this year, we some youth councillors, so Jacob, myself, Ellen and Max went to Mulwala and Hallam as well as Corowa, so we could we could encourage shopping in our local area, as many people go to Albury or go to Wangaratta for shopping, and this was just trying to get more people to shop local and use our local resources, and try and boost our local economy by doing that.
And you're doing the youth mentoring as well. And so, also in, I think it was in December, we had a youth mentoring program. So a group of us, all of us youth councillors at the time, had our own youth mentor, and so mine was Paul Meagle, and yeah, so we pretty much had a chat about what we're trying to make a change in the youth council and how our projects is going to get more people involved, especially the youth and everything. And so, but afterwards I pretty much talked trains with Pat Burke, but that's nothing really as per usual. But and then yeah, so then we pretty much got everyone involved in trying to engage us youth to stay in the area. So yeah. I Am Federation. It's the Federation Youth Council's social media page, and it's continued to expand over the last year. Several posts catered to the youth and community of the area. I Am Federation is also expanding to Instagram, which we hope to continue to inspire and inform even more youth within the Federation show. We continue to keep a steady stream of posts and videos ranging from competitions to the opening of new places, areas, and updating the community with our new ideas, planned activities and events. Molly?
As we all know, due to COVID-19, there are a lot of planned events the Youth Council hasn't been able to run due to group and gathering restrictions. The event that we had planned was a colour run, but this will be held in Mulwala in Lonsdale Oval. It's been postponed to April 2021, but hopefully it should be able to run now. And Max?
Yep. And Youth Week 2021. Youth Week this year is going to comprise of a series of events through the local council area. The events that we've planned include on Saturday the 18th in Mulwala, there will be a colour run. They'll include live music and stalls. On the 21st of April at Oakland Central School, there will be a Come and Try Sports Day. They'll cater to the primary schools in the area, and they'll be participating in sports like soccer, hockey, that kind of idea. On the April the 10th at Memorial Plaza, there will be a photography workshop with Sue Davies, where anyone in the local area that would like to learn a bit more about photography, about how to angle shots, finding the right shots, are welcome to come and participate within the workshop. On Friday the 23rd at Corowa, there will be a Come and Try Pool Day, which would be the pool with water games and music. And also on Saturday the 24th, a skateboarding session will be held with Totem, and there'll also be live music as well. On to the next slide, we are in February the 14th of last year. Youth Council went down to Docks and met up with Susan Lay. We engaged and asked stimulating questions about the future of the area, and she did the same. The whole experience was great, and we'd love to further engage public servants of Australia. Molly?
Yeah, we also celebrated NAIDOR Week through a collection of social media posts. We created this through showing Australian native animals with their names in local Indigenous languages, the Baparang and Wiradjuri languages, which are still very much alive and are very important for us to learn about, in my opinion. These graphics were made by Youth Council Rolling Pierce, that's me. And this activity linked in with a wider NATO program with Culture Walk in Moela, across the bridge to Yarrawonga.
The Youth Council gladly conduct boomerang bags to showcase the effects of environmental damage to younger grades, whilst having a fun competition. We have yet to enact this due to COVID-19. This will target kindergarten to year 10 with the opportunity to participate within classroom activities, and will be paired with a visit to the school in order to further highlight the environmental damage that plastics cause. Last year's theme was Useless Plastic, How Fantastic. We hope to collaborate further with boomerang bags in 2021.
Okay, I'd like to invite Carter and Jake to talk about events with Need to Be Back.
Hello. So we've had a couple of ideas that we wish to run past and hopefully receive some feedback. So the first one is the QR code adventure, which through brainstorming ideas, we have come up with an idea to have a QR code adventure throughout the Federation site, where the players would participate within a scavenger hunt across the towns with within Federation Shire to find all the QR codes, after which the winners would receive a prize. These prizes could be located based as in for the person to find all the codes within horror, wins a prize, and also being an overall winner, finding all the QR codes.
The second one was the pop-up festivals. Having constant engagement with youth and the Federation Shire community by proposing a plan of pop-up festivals across the Federation. This should become more, what's that word? Prevalent with the opening of the Memorial Plaza and other community centres such as Cowlon's buildings. Council's any thoughts?
I think that that QR code adventure is an awesome idea. A lot of the caravanners have a similar type of adventure as they're travelling through towns. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think that'll go over well, yeah. As well as the pop-up too.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, the pop-up festival, the foreign musician industry's booming like everyone else. Their phones still haven't really started ringing, so they'd be looking for work, and there's a lot of them that are interested in doing something to get themselves back out there in the community, so thanks, good one.
Is there any thought on what you're going to put as far as your QR codes? Were you going to make it historical, or were you going to make it feature-wise, or haven't really thought yet?
The general idea is that it would be all over the area, so including historical, wildlife, nice natural ideas and places in the country.
Yeah, I think the QR code adventure is just something everybody can do, whether they're visiting internally or externally, which would be great.
Yeah, I know several years ago that, I think it was through our tourism team, but they did that type of thing with getting a photo taken in front of all the statues and the public art around the whole shire, and it was really popular to try and get around to them all, yeah.
Top of the silos.
So we also have some ideas, video and board games activities. We've been hoping to organise several gaming-related activities and programs, including video, board games, card games, and traditional games. We're considering organising some of the following: a board game library, a gaming tournament, and friendly meetups for people who play the same games.
Another idea was water polo. Youth Council has been approached by members of the community to start up a similar style weekly activity of the Kairoa soccer group, but however, water polo. This will utilise the new Kairoa Aquatic Centre for training and games of water polo. However, this idea is very inefficient. That one? Any thoughts on those ones?
Well, I'm going to take my hat off to the pronunciation of those words. I battle with that too, so we can relate. But I think the water polo is very popular in a lot of places. I think it'll go exceptionally well. Yeah.
We did have a very strong water polo group here a few years back, maybe 15 years ago, so some of those people might be interested in helping the younger ones train and learn the aspects of the water polo.
Question on your soccer. I'm not sure where you're up to with soccer here, but how long, there are a number of people in how long they've played soccer in Albury-Wodonga at all different age levels, but you can't get the common age level to form a team. But maybe somewhere along the line that you guys over here and that people in Helen might be able to work together and get something happening.
Yep, absolutely.
Is it just informal now, the soccer, Max?
Yeah, so every weekly on Mondays, juniors able to come in from ranging from 6 to about 10, come down for an hour, do a bit of training and then play a game with each other. And then at 6:30, everyone else, like adults, teenagers and that, have a group game, do a bit of training and then a group game. So it's very informal, but it's very good for engagement within the community and getting that activity. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Is there any final questions about anything? Yep.
In regard to the water polo that Councillor Law mentioned, it was a very good club, and the other side of it that factors in, say with the cricket fraternity at the moment, they had a lot of young kids coming through, and now that's developed to an opportunity where they're in the Albury provincial group up there. So Albury have a very good water polo competition as well, so you could strive to not only to do it socially, but also to be competitive in that opportunity. I reckon it's a winner.
The photo opportunity, which was a really successful, are you planning to replicate that again this year and have it as an annual event, or was it just a one-off?
We certainly can do it annually. We would love to continue that engagement on our social media pages, and I think it would be an awesome thing to do annually. If we can get the same engagement year round, we would continue it for sure.
Just thinking that it's provided material for the calendar and all that type of thing, as well as engaged everybody, which was great. So I would really encourage you to do that on an annual basis. I think that was a winner.
Bronwyn.
Just a hot tip for you, Youth Council. Councillor Whitechurch and myself were in a meeting last week, and it was with the New South Wales clubs. So obviously we had all the clubs from Federation in the room with us, and they didn't know about the Youth Council. So we're able to give them a really good update on how strong you are and how you're advocating for our youth within our community. They'd really like to touch base with you. So maybe there's some opportunity for some collaborative projects with our clubs. Remember, we have clubs right along, in the 3 major towns. So please consider that, because they were very, very interested, okay?
Sounds awesome.
Yes.
Especially in terms of funding for club grants.
Yes,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just a matter of writing them a letter or going to see one of their CEOs, but all their CEOs were in the room, so very keen. So that could be part of your QR or your games nights. They might be happy to provide you a room, or a lovely lawn on the golf course or something. I don't know, but anyway.
We'll have to add that to the agenda.
Add that to your list. So that was that connection that we made. Now, fellow councillors, they have got some events coming up. Who's going to volunteer and help them run them? You're after volunteers, aren't you?
Yeah, certainly, especially for the Mwela colour.
Exactly, and who does not like a bit of 1980s colour? Like, this has got my favourite colour in it, which is fabulous. It's called pink. And I can't wait to wear it on the 18th of April.
Council Kendi.
And you get a headband. And you get a lovely headband. Who does not like a bit of Olivia Newton-John? Come on now. That's right. Okay, probably don't wear your lycra, but certainly wear something colourful. But if you can absolutely volunteer your time to help these young people out who are just doing the most magnificent job, I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated. Who's their point of call? They're going to help. There you go. Send out several reminder emails to this lovely bunch, won't you? You'll do it, won't you?
No, I definitely.
Yeah. You'll keep the chariots of fire on when you're running in the colour.
While we're on that, I'd really like to thank and congratulate Amber and Kirsty Crockett for all the work they've done with you guys. I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job. And I must say, when the Youth Council started, it was a very new thing and didn't know how, how it was going to develop. But it's blown us away to the point that we're all sitting around here getting nervous that we can see the takeovers. But,
Max is eligible to run.
yeah. So, councillors, I think they deserve a big round of applause and keep the good work up.
I'm glad that me and George seen you get a bit more confident, Max. I know that one of the goals you're after when we spoke earlier.
Mr. Chairman, is it possible to do this on a biannual basis rather than an annual basis? Because that's an awful lot of projects and an awful lot of ideas. It'd be nice to catch up with them on a more regular basis.
Getting lots of nods from Kirsty down the back, so
Yeah,
that,
we talked about the mental program using more
so 6 monthly catch up.
Yeah.
And I see a real opportunity for the QR codes. I think that could really capitalise on more tourism.
Yes.
For people coming into the Shire as well as residents.
And you can take all the credit for that.
And I know it's hard for you guys to make time with your school and that to fit in with our daytime council meetings, and it's something even our Deputy Mayor raised from the start about how we can continue to get more formally involved with our processes. So the more we can try and work that in, the better. But great work. Thank you.
Councillors, I guess we'll suspend audits meeting for a few minutes just to give the opportunity for the youth councils and other staff, because we are moving into confidential. So would someone like to move?
We can move to confidential, and then while we're setting up, that'll...
Would that be good enough? Okay. Would someone like to move us into confidential? Moved by Councillor Law, seconded by Councillor Longmire. All in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Okay.